So let's get into the meat of this call.
So we're going to let you know all the things that we're going to share with you on this video training. So we're going to share with you the number one thing that sabotages your heart and what to do about it.
We're going to share with you why everything you've been doing is not getting you the results that you want.
We're going to share with you how to create true intimacy with the man or woman you love.
And finally, we're going to show you how to let your heart rule so that you can create the love you want.
So how do you know this is for you? We're going to let you know. This video training is just for you if you truly desire a soul partnership and want to share your life with your beloved.
Yeah. This is for you if you've been doing some personal growth work, traditional therapy, you've read some books, or maybe you've taken some workshops. However, what's in your head doesn't seem to translate into how your life unfolds.
This is for you if you see the pattern in your past relationships, however, you haven't been able to break the cycle.
This is for you if you recognize that you are the common denominator in all your relationships. However, maybe you're perplexed about how or what to change so that you don't end up with a broken heart.
This is for you if you're starting to doubt that love is even possible for you, and you're starting to ponder giving up completely and just being all alone in the world.
Today we're going to really share some strategies with you. We know hope is good, but there's no action in hope.
We always say hope is the spark, right? Hope is just that glimmer of hope, right? That glimmer. But today what we want you to do is take action. And what we want you to know is we're going to show you how to get more. There is a lot to learn about love and how your heart functions. And we're going to deliver the most of what we can give you in this short time that we have together on this video training. And if you want more from us, we'll show you exactly how to go deeper into this work so that you can get the love you want.
So if you're currently in a relationship, we understand feeling disappointed, frustrated, not heard, not respected, not feeling love for who you really are.
We also understand if you're single. We both were single for a long time. We didn't connect until we were in our 40s, right? So if you want to have love, we understand being hurt, heartbroken, let down, cheated on, even beaten. Wanting a partnership so that you have someone to share your life with.
So if you're twisting yourself into a pretzel to get love, when do you finally stop all the twisting?
So we're going to show you exactly how to let your heart rule so you can create the love you want.
Okay, so let's talk about, those things that are sabotaging your heart and keeps love from you. So what's the main thing that sabotages your heart and keeps love from you?
Your ego.
That's right. Your ego is not your ally when it comes to love.
As a matter of fact, it's blocking you. We're going to show you exactly how to get your ego out of the way so you can let your heart rule.
Okay, so get your worksheet, your Let Your Heart Rule worksheet out in front of you. Get your pen available, and let's go to the first question on there. Okay, and that first question says, list anyone that you still have feelings for that you're not currently in a relationship with. And this particularly applies to, like, the one that got away.
So what we want you to focus on one person, right? So list one person that you still have feelings for. It's that if only person, right? If only fill in the blank, right? So that one that got away, that's the name we want you to write down right there at the top of your worksheet.
Okay. So what your ego does is your ego tells you that love must come from this one person.
And what we want you to know is that's not true. We actually call that the lie of love. And the reason why there's quotes around love is because this isn't love, right? That love is not only available to you from this one person, right?
And the lie of love also tells you that love must look and feel a certain way.
And what your ego tells you is that love has to come on my terms. And we want you to know that these are all lies. This is not the truth with a capital T.
So what happens is we get caught up emotionally in those in those old people, right? Those old relationships. And we go, wow, if only I could have. We hold on to regrets. We hold on to, that story. Well, maybe if we meet again, we could make it work. Or maybe it's just the time wasn't right. And that's why this relationship doesn't work.
So there's a lot of justification that happens, and all of that justification comes from your ego. So we want you to know, and really the question is, do you want everything that you desire in a relationship and create a true soul partnership, even if it's with someone you've never met before? Maybe that's a question you want to ask.
Yeah. So that's the lie of love. So let's get into the heart rules, right? And the heart rules say that love is limitless, with limitless expressions.
Now, this is truth with a capital T. Love is not available to you from only one person. Love is available to you from many different people. In our work, we talk about creating a true soul partnership, and we're often asked about soulmates. And a lot of people have different ideas about what a soulmate means. A soulmate is not the idea, at least in our definition, that you must scour the earth to find the one person you were meant to be with, because real love is a choice. You choose to be with that person. I choose Matthew every day. Every day, Matthew chooses me. Love is truly limitless, and there's many different people you can choose to share your life with. But if you're in the selection process, what we're talking about today in this video training is going to support you in creating what's in your true heart's desire.
Right. So we get stuck up in this idea of love being conditional, right? It has to come in this way with this person. And the heart rule says love is limitless, with limitless expressions. So just allow yourself to feel that, and to feel how expansive that feels in your body, and to feel how energized you feel when you realize that love is available to you out there in any way that you want it.
All right, now back to your worksheet. What we want you to do is list one incident in your romantic past where you wish you could change the outcome. So if you can find one specific action, one specific event that you're looking at, and you wish, oh, I wish he hadn't driven away then, or I wish I hadn't walked out the door then, or...
Right. If only I had said fill in the blank, right? If only I had done fill in the blank. If I had done that thing, then I could change that event, and then I could have made that relationship work, and then I'd be happy right now, and I wouldn't be alone and miserable.
Now, if you can tie it back to that person that you wrote down about the one that got away, right? That one person you still have feelings for, great. So if you can create a through line around this one person, we're looking to show you how this is not truth around love. And so we're going to show you what's possible for you.
Okay. So first, let's talk about what the ego does. And your ego holds on to anger and resentment from the past.
And this is exactly how your ego blocks you from receiving love. Because when you're holding on to anger and resentment, the only person you're hurting is you. There's a great quote, and it's an anonymous quote. I don't know who said it first, but I remember it changed my life the first time I heard it. And the quote goes like this: holding on to anger and resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. And wow, that really hit me with a wallop, because at the time when I first heard that quote, I was holding on to so much anger and resentment. And we want you to know it's not serving you, right? Your ego is holding on to anger and resentment as a justification of where you are right now. But the truth is, you are responsible for your life. That's it, no one else. And so step into your power. Feel the power that you have, because you're the one that's powerful. You're the one who has the choice and the responsibility to create what you want in any given moment.
Okay, so if your ego holds on to anger and resentment, what's the heart rule, right? What do the heart rules say? Well, the heart rules are, first off, always in forgiveness.
Now, this is something that's really special to both of us, because this was actually in our wedding vows, right? Always in forgiveness. So we know that oftentimes when you hear about forgiveness, it's about the other person. But really, we want you to flip that towards yourself, because most often that anger and resentment that we're feeling is about something we did ourselves and not about someone else. So always being in forgiveness means not just for others, but for yourself first. So we want you to forgive yourself, Forgive the other people who have, whatever they've done, whether they've betrayed you, abandoned you, disappointed you. It's okay. Forgive them. Release that anger and resentment and set yourself free.
And the mistake a lot of people make in this idea of forgiveness is they think forgiving means that it makes what that person did or said to you okay, right? And that's not what we're saying. It's not about, saying, oh, it's no big deal what happened to me, I can let it go. It's about you letting go of the emotional attachment to the betrayal, the abandonment, the disappointment, whatever that feeling is. And there's a real simple way to get to that place. And this is a tool that we love, which is really looking and discovering what the lesson is, or what we call the golden nugget.
And so the golden nugget is really looking at, well, why was I with this person? What was the growth that I needed? What was the learning that I need? Because I know if I was in a relationship with this person and it didn't work, that person showed up for a reason. So what was that reason? What was it that I needed to learn and grow from so I can be ready for my beloved when he or she shows up, right? So discover what is that golden nugget. And if you can look now at that situation that we have down at your worksheet, maybe take a look at the person you wrote down, look at the outcome you were hoping that you could have changed. Now look at it from another perspective. Now take a look at that and say, in this situation, what was the learning? What was the growth? What can I thank this person for?